Twitter has a problem. You've probably noticed it. The endless wars, the blue checkers versus the everyday citizen, bots trying to scam you, ads plastered everywhere, and people farming for engagement by essentially posting separate tweets in the replies of completely unrelated tweets. I can't count the amount of times I've seen related tweets when I just want to read the comments. People are starting to treat Twitter as a business. And that's, well, probably a bad thing. Probably a problem. I understand the grind. I really do. I mean, I'm a YouTuber after all. But I think it is detrimental as to the reason I love this site, and seemingly why Elon Musk believes in it. As a public town square where people can express their opinions openly and then proceed to get shit on. Or maybe I'm just a strange person who enjoy that kind of thing. Twitter is inherently bad to the psyche. For a better explanation as to why that is, go watch this video here after this one is over, of course. We aren't here today to talk about partial conscious transplantation. Today we're here to discuss why exactly the commercialization of X is such a bad thing. The bird is dead, and we killed it. News media is insanely over-sensationalized. But you already know this. Yellow journalism is a well-researched topic, and I hope you read more on it after this video is over if you're unaware of the term. To summarize is when news outlets use clickbait titles with little substance in the actual article. Sounds familiar, right? This is still rampant in today's media, except instead of little substance, the issue is more biases. Political spectrum is rather obvious, with both Fox News and CNN being the most obvious examples in the States. But there are other biases, namely for the person who pays for the article. Got milk? That should be a familiar phrase to you. Well, if food theorists taught me anything, it's that the whole branding is essentially a huge scam. Linked in the description will be that video. Oat milk is better anyway. Go Oatly! As Ed Margusia would say, not an ad, just a fan. See, financial biases exist even in scientific research, so who can you possibly trust? And how do you parse through the bullshit to get to the truth? Well, truth is a commodity. Everyone wants a piece of it, a slice of that delicious pumpkin pie, if you would. The perception of truth has a stranglehold on the market, meaning whoever has it controls sales. You have the beauty cream that actually works, backed by esteemed scientists, a home run out of the park. Meat is better than the alternatives, more vitamins, proteins, and shit, whatever that means. Cool. You just didn't notice the hastily slapped on Meat of America label on the research document. Damn it, now I'm getting biased as a vegetarian. Let's move on. Media is over-sensationalized, so you'll click on an article. Seems simple enough. The problem lies when we trust in articles that are built on a monetization process. There will almost always be ulterior motives when it comes to money. Honestly, I feel like it would be insulting your intelligence if I felt the need to explain why over-sensationalized media is a clear issue, and how money plays a part in all of that. So then, what is the alternative? I once argued that the government should take control of the media to avoid above said problem. And, well, you can imagine I changed my mind quite quickly on that. Taking away the fact that corporations own at least the US government, maybe more in that a future video, we see in other countries how detrimental government-led media can be. I mean, they can essentially make you believe whatever they want to, and you already know they have a whole slew of agendas they want to push onto you. Imagine for a second if a political party actually literally owned a major news network in the US, and an election was coming up. Forget biases, it would become straight up propaganda at that point, and I'm not even sure that's legal. Honestly, neither of these options is looking great. And we have real world examples of how detrimental both a corporate and a government led news outlet can be. Something you can easily research yourself, unless of course that research is biased. So where should we turn to? Is Twitter or X really the best option? Well, no, not anymore. So we can't have the media be ruled by the free market or the government. What then should we do? Well, Elon has an idea. X, or Twitter, should be your morning newspaper. And setting aside the fact that yet another company is claiming to be the arbiter of truth, this is putting the power in the people's hands. So this should be a good thing, right? Right? Well, in principle, I agree and advocate for free speech on the platform. Bad ideas should be struck down by the people themselves, not by any government or corporations. To a degree, of course. As a close resemblance to direct democracy in a way, something I am a huge fan of. The issue, though, is that Elon spent like $50 billion in the platform, and he's not a saint. He wants to return some semblance of a profit, so he's officially monetized Twitter. I don't necessarily disagree with taking away verification from certain accounts, as it gives wealthy celebrities a louder voice than the rest of us. But I also understand they don't want impersonators, so it makes sense why verification should stay for celebrities. However, the issue arises in Twitter Blue, the now infamous blue checkmark. Do you want your quiet voice to be heard? To finally impact the collective consciousness that has molded who you are in the most direct way imaginable? Great! That'll be $8. I'm sure you can see the problem here. Twitter Blue's whole system is entirely based around the fact that if you pay a premium, you can have a louder voice. This directly gives the power to those who can't afford it, i.e. the rich. But it's as much as a latte. And you're right. But I am fundamentally against the idea that in an open democracy, which Elon claims X is, at least indirectly, that you would have to pay to have any meaningful impact there. Besides, not everyone can afford an $8 latte. They may have kids or themselves to feed. The, of course, irony of a mega billionaire making that latte joke is certainly not lost in me, but alas. So what do? Well, I have no idea. And, as always, thank you for watching.